Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot, ayy. Man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ayy, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ayy, she want it like me cause her blame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 10-2 suck. You don't want this.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's get that ball right here. Check 4, check 4. Leo. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
I'm coming.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, again. Check. Hey, alert. Hurry.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Mike. 180!
Going to the air again with Mayfield. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Ready? 15. 15. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Deuce, deuce. Deuce, deuce. Check 37. Check 37. Watch that, watch that, watch that. Let's go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless. After one.
With no score.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey, lock it. Bang, bang. Speed dribble. Speed dribble.
From the gun, Daniels. Going to throw right side here. Complete. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Slam, slam, slam. Rock it. Fight.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now they try the right side here. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
On first down, Daniels. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro up with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Not much more impressive than that. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they're through the interception.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 25.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Let's go, let's go.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And a quick throw here. That's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On third down, Daniels. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going to try and throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working.
Brings up 2nd and
3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mayfield looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On 1st and 10, Mayfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Mayfield got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get them to field goal range. Let's see what happens.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
X3, 218, chopper. You got 5.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. 61, matchbox lights. 58, Mike. Stay with your man. And 58 is a Mike. Ready, ready.
Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Looking deep for Adams. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bears have taken the lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Got it.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The run there on first down gets them a yard to the 26. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Hey, alert!
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield is going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
King!
Here's Mayfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Mayfield now. Escaping the pressure right. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Good. 180. Check. 59. Let's go. Left. King. One touch.
On first down, McFarland. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
180. 53. Mike. You remember me?
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Go. You draw quarters. Check 9. Hey, Haywood! Let's go now!
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels, who nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done.
In trouble in the ball. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 48, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or 2, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Looking to throw. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end's right. Even. 4th down. Even.
From the gun, Daniels. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up with that moment of truth and make a play on the football. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is down to 2. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Regular. Hurry.
A first down throw for Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That's it. Big hit.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. Check 52. Check 26. Check 26. Slant. Wall. Get one. Look at me. Go. 10. Check. On the go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 30 base. 55 to mine. I know he ain't got it. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check 13. Check 13. Kill. Hard. Kill. Let's go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Hey, dude.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Run.
He's back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
4th down, Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So they had to take the shot there. Obviously, that was pretty much it, their last chance.
No other play for them, right? I mean, there's no other choice. It's not like you can have some strategy move, right? Punt it away and hope that. No, that's what they had to do. Right now, that offensive unit, they're pretty discouraged on the sidelines. They're going to feel like they let the team down in that situation, but they were in a tough spot to begin with.
And with no timeouts now, they just need a miracle.
Yeah, an absolute miracle. If the team that has the ball, just find a way to run out the clock, take care of the ball, and go home a winner.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for New Orleans, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our